Hi, everybody. Welcome back into the room. You are back with Ruth McCracken. Thank you all for joining. For this is a safe space. This is the 30-day identity shift challenge where I help ambitious and high performers get into the next level, and even entrepreneurs to attract six figures by including godly principles. And right now, you have entered into the room of our 30-day. Yes, identity shift challenge. Go ahead and share and like this to about 20 of your community members that are looking to be able to pivot because we're no longer going to cause ourselves to be stuck. Let's go ahead and allow the algorithm, yes, to go ahead and disrupt, get us to be exposed in a way where we are a light amongst a community of others who are seeking to shift their identity. You are definitely in the room. Let's go ahead and make a remarkable presence. Let's give light to the situation. Everyone, come on in. I'm just simply sharing as I continue as well. I'm sharing, I'm sharing because sharing is what? Caring. So let's go ahead and get this room piled up. Let's get it piled up. Welcome in the room, Landon. Welcome back, beautiful people. Hello, beautiful people. Let's go ahead and announce. Let's go ahead and encourage. I need you all to bombard the algorithm. Let's go ahead and get the room filled up, Troy, because it's going to be yummy. We're already in week 2. We're already in week 2 in our identity shift challenge. And I'm going to tell you, if you missed week 1, go to the link in the bio. You're going to want to binge watch. Oh my goodness. You want to fill your cup this season? Go back and watch week 1. It's going to blow you away. We were talking about identity awareness this week. Week 2 of our 30-day identity shift challenge is going to be beyond blowing your mind. So come on into the room. Let's go ahead and grab our pen and pad. Our pen and pad. Just grab your pen and grab your pad because I'm going to tell you right now, just grab it because this is going to be where we're going to go ahead and meet our our supervisor. We're going to meet our creator. We're going to allow the holy of all holy come in and champion in because we no longer are trying to seek advice from others that are no longer qualified or even qualified, if you will, to come to pivot us in our career or to pivot us into our business or getting us in alignment or getting us postured so we can now attract the right type of leaders, to attract the right type of opportunities. Are you in the room? Do you hear what I'm putting? Let's go ahead, share this. And I'm going to go ahead and get started because I'm not going to be in front of you very long. But the moment we allow the algorithm to disrupt, because we're looking to champion about 1,000 more viewers. And most importantly, we're looking to get 10,000 of you all to get your heartbeats rattling in the room today. Sean, welcome in. Kayla, let's go ahead. So last week we focused on awareness, as I indicated already, for the 30-day identity shift. We identified old patterns. Yes, that's what we did. We identified old patterns. We understood that old identities and old stories no longer define who we are, May. It no longer define who we are. We have snapped the veil. We have snapped the veil and we have now caused ourselves to say, oh my gosh, how long have I been asleep? How doesn't matter how long. The fact that you are here, we're gonna in the next 72 hours, you're gonna be able to disrupt your current patterns. You're gonna be able to identify what's been keeping you stuck, what's been holding you back, what's been limiting you, what's caused your voice box to be muted for a very long time, whether it be in the boardroom, whether it be in your relationship, whether it be in your career. Be like, man, Ruth, I've been trying my best to get pivot, to be recognized as the senior VP or as the senior manager. And for whatever reason, I keep getting bypassed, like the Good Samaritan by the pool. Well, that stops today, Crystal, because you are more than enough. There's no reason why you're continue making your reality part of an old story, part of an old version of you. That old version of you have already left. Sometimes I'm telling you right now, if you make a decision, you have to become aware. No longer are you going to stand and say, okay, I guess this is my life. This is what I signed up for. No, we're not doing that this season. And hopefully by now, right, you started recognizing the transformation isn't just about changing what you do, it's about changing what you think. It's even about grooming the internal and the outside. It's about changing who you're being. I was having a conversation with my sister the other day, and we were picturing and envisioning our 60-year-old self. What would our 60-year-old self be doing? Who would she be helping? What does her day-to-day life look like? And once we identified it, which I still am developing that list, I'm bringing her into the now. Why do I have to wait till I'm 60 to go travel even more, or to bring peace into certain charity groups or fundraisers? I can do that in the now. And what I'm getting at is your identity has to be able to have a capacity. The old version of you did not. The old version of you did not have the capacity. So this week, we're entering a new phase. Put new phase in the comment. Put new phase in the comment. Let me know if you all can hear me. Put new phase in the comment, because here's why. We're coming in to commission identity disruption. We have to disrupt the current situation, the current framework that we've been walking into every single day, Mallory, because this is not what we're doing. Because awareness without disruption creates what? It creates frustration. And we're not in the season to milk ourselves in frustration and doubt and resentment. We're not doing that this season, Hector. So once you see the pattern, you have to interrupt the pattern. Are you catching what I'm putting out there? Is this good? Let me know this is good by tapping and showing love. Let me see your high fives. Let me see your heart strings all over this whole room. Let's go, someone. Because many of us today, in today's conversation, might even surprise you. I want you to grab your pen and paper. I want you to stay to the end. There's going to be remarkable ways on how to activate, how to release that rubber band that keeps making you jump backwards. We're not doing this because I need you to say, Ruth, I need more discipline. I need better habits. I need more consistency. I like for me to follow through. I like to attract recruiters, Ruth. I am in the job market, or I am looking to refine or get my posture right so I can attract more mentors or main clients or contract deals. $250,000 contract deals follows me. 500K 3-year, 5-year contracts follows me. And that is the season in your life where you're now opening and commissioning your words that are coming out of your mouth to allude what you are and who you are in this season. Is this good? So what if the issue is boundaries? Mm-hmm. Because discipline helps you protect your goals. Discipline not only helps you to train you to do things on a day-to-day that's lightweight, it needs to, the disciplines that you're looking to avail or try to bring into your reality, you have to remove the old habits. Oil and vinegar cannot be combust in the same state of a situation. It cannot be in the same concept. It's going to eventually separate. What I'm getting at is your old version of you cannot operate in the new version that you're looking to become. One has to be dismissed. One has to return and never come back. Is this making it very clear? Are you seeing the picture that I'm painting? Let me know I'm seeing the picture. Let's go ahead and give me the hearts and love. I love that you are here and on target, because I got a few more moments with you all, and I want you to catch this. So before we start, I want you to answer this in the comments. Put this in the comments. Which one is harder for you? Which one is harder for you? Is it saying no? Is it saying no? Let me know. Which one is harder for you? Is it saying no? Is it feeling guilty after saying no? Is it maybe perhaps I'm just not enough? Come on, somebody. Let me know by disrupting. Let me know. Put in the comments. Put in the comments where you at. Because right now, why successful women often struggle with boundaries. I'm gonna share this with you. And let's be honest, Raven. Let's be honest. Most women, even men, weren't taught boundaries. Let me know if you agree by acknowledging so I can know you're in the room. It's amazing and incredible to know that you're here to shift your identity. Let me know that this go ahead and share the 30-day challenge on shifting your identity and comment a yes that you're in. I need to know you're in the room so I can acknowledge you. Comment yes, I'm in. I'm here with you because I see many of you all are here. So here's what we're going to do. Many of us were taught and we were modeled based what was in front of us. Yes. Many of us were taught to be kind. Many, not all. Some of y'all are still in that classroom. Be helpful. Many of you all were taught to be available, be accommodating, because that's important. Be understanding, right? And the worst part is many of you all did not carry this to your adulthood. For whatever reason, that started to disappear or start to decline, if you will. But somewhere along the way, many women learned, and including some men, if I say yes to people, or if I say yes, people will like me. If I help, I'll be valued. If I stay extra hours at work, I'll be recognized. Is this you today? If I carry everyone else's needs, I'll feel important. Don, we no longer want to carry other people's baggages. Our identity stands on fertile ground. Here's why. Walk with me. Let me grab for our scriptures today. Matthew 5, verse 37. Walk with me there. It's going to be so good. Is this good? Is this powerful? Is this giving you some revelation? Let's go there right now to Matthew 5:37. Thank you, Holy Father. Matthew 5. I'm going to be reading out of the KJV. And we're going to say this out loud because I do believe in the power of our words, our power of our mouth. We open up our mouth wide open for what reason? Because the word says so he can fill it up. I'm in my fill my cup season. So therefore I got to put people, the Father's going to align me with the right people that doesn't have no problem helping me overflow my cup because my cup is already filled. The question you want to ask yourself is who you have in your circle that's diminishing or adding to you. They're either adding or they're subtracting. Elisa, they're either adding or subtracting. Here we go. Verse 27, Matthew 5:27, and it begins to say, ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not, what does it say? Thou shalt not commit adultery. Basically, it says, but let your communication be yea. Oh, you know what? My note says Matthew 5:37. Let's go. I was like, wait a minute, Ruthie. Here we go. But let your communication be yea, yea, right? Or nay, nay. For whatsoever is more than these cometh of evil. Are you catching this? This is so powerful. What is it telling you? Let me go ahead and highlight this because I gotta highlight this. And I'm gonna most importantly, I'm not gonna sit here long, but I want us to sit here for just a little bit. Can we say sit there, Ruthie? Sit there. I want you to sit there just for about 60 seconds. Because I want you to catch this. I'm gonna also read it out of the NIV for those who just need me to break it down into a level that you can chew and eat. And I'm okay with that. All you need to say is simply yes or no. That's all you need to do is simply say yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from the evil one. Say yes or no. Practice in front of the mirror. Open up your mouth. There is a season where even Jesus understood clarity. I want to share with you back where I felt like everyone needed something from me. Everyone thought that, let me call Ruth. Let me see if I can get some advice from Ruth. Clients needed something from me. My family needed something from me. Friends was on my speed dial needing something. I was on their speed dial they needed me. Business opportunities, contract deals, career opportunities, recruiters, hiring team. There's going to come in a time where I know that is this you? Go ahead and let me know. Are you in a season where you feel like maybe you're the oldest or you're the go-to person? And that, let me know by putting that's me in the comments. Put that's me, Ruth. I've been carrying that baggage because your identity matters. When you become aware that you are now holding other people's problems, that stops today. But like Ray Ruth, if I don't help them, they're gonna then look at me as who she thinks she is, or who do they think he is? Well, I'm glad you asked. I too was there, and it became and because I genuinely do care about people. That's just part of who I am. I care about people. I often said yes. That comes from not building boundaries. Even when I was tired, I would stay 2, 3 o'clock in the morning working on different projects. Is that you? When you know you have to have a set schedule, right? So you have a set schedule so your body can operate in healthiness. So you can pay attention to your body. If you're out of routine or out of alignment or any kind of rhythm that is in sync, it's not synced, is what I'm getting at. Then you're not going to be able to pay attention that your body needs you to rest, or your body is alerting you that you need to go check yourself. Many people die because they're not paying attention to the body. And that was me at one point. Even when I was tired, even when I needed rest, even when my spirit was quietly saying, not right now, Father, not right now. I can't do this. Sky, I'm telling you. One day I realized something. I wasn't overwhelmed because I lacked discipline. I wasn't overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed because I lacked boundaries. Is that you today? Is your identity fighting? Your future self is fighting with the present self? They're at war with each other? Why do you think he says, be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind? Your future version, your higher version, should not have to be battling or feeling stagnant because of the familiar space that you're in. So I kept giving away energy that God intended me to steward. And once I began honoring my time, because my time is valuable, my time is considered to be currency. It's a special type of currency. My time is special. My time is special. And once I began honoring my time differently, my peace returned. My joy was able to rattle. My body, I felt serotonin, oxytocin. Our body carries natural chemicals. We don't need to rely on over-counter or prescriptions or other type of recreational substance when our body carries that already. It carries what makes you feel good, what makes you feel bonded. Not because when I once began honoring my time in a way that all of this, what I just shared with you, was coming through, it was not because my life became easier. Let me preface that. It was not because my life became easier. It's because I became clearer. I knew what questions to ask myself. I knew what exactly was needed in order for me to disrupt the current situation that I was in. I became present. I became mindful. I was like, listen, what is it that I need to do? Who do I need to become? Where in my proximity or within my circle am I not setting the strongest boundaries to avoid burnout? Put in the comments, where is boundaries at an area that you have yet to conquer? Put put yes, Ruth. I'm glad you are being honest with yourself. Walk with me because I want you to do that. I'm going to break this down. What happens in your mind when you set boundaries? This is going to be so good. I tell you right now, this is where you want to pay attention in class. This is where the teacher tells you, okay, boys and girls, okay, let's go ahead and grab your pen and paper, get your notepad out, because this is where it's going to get simple. So let's keep it simple. Let's keep it simple in the comments, because your brain loves familiarity. We talked about this. Your brain likes for you to be safe. It's normal for your nervous system to want to protect you. So we're going to talk about setting boundaries, and we're going to want to hold ourselves accountable, because setting boundaries matter. Put that in the comments. Setting boundaries matter. That's right. It matters. And I want you to feel that. I want you to know that. I want you to activate that, because it's something that we all desire. So your brain loves familiarity. Did you catch that? It likes routine, predictability, patterns. It just likes for you to be on a certain rhythm. So if you've spent time saying, for years, by the way, if you spent years saying yes to everyone, go ahead and acknowledge and go ahead and start sharing this, because I want you to share this. And if you find this to be very fruitful and it's definitely got you thinking differently, go ahead and follow. Go ahead and like and subscribe and share this among other peers. Because if you were saying yes to everyone, your mind starts believing that behavior is normal. It's your day-to-day routine. That's just what it thinks that you are, Arissa. So when you suddenly say no, or that doesn't work for me, or I need time to think about that, something feels uncomfortable. Your nervous system starts to react like, wait a minute, when you start saying no to your kids, or wait a minute, when you start saying no to your team members, wait a minute, when you start saying no to your subordinates or your assistant. Is this good? Is this helpful? Let me know. Because you're doing something different. You're no longer holding yourself captive by saying yes because it was lightweight for you to say yes. Now it's lightweight for you to include no in setting your boundaries. And this is the good part. When you're doing something different, it's not because you're doing something wrong that making you feel. Everybody ties to, whenever I feel uncomfortable, I must be doing something wrong. That's not the case. I hear somebody saying, well, is it because I maybe tend to not be a mean person? No, that's not the case either. Setting boundaries does not classify you as being someone that doesn't have compassion, that doesn't have empathy, because you do. You're having empathy first with yourself. And here's the interesting part. The part of your mind responsible for wise decision, future planning, and leadership begins growing stronger every time you honor a healthy boundary. Come on, somebody. That's it. That's why boundaries aren't selfish. The fact that you are now recognizing that I need to include boundaries, I need to reinforce it, your brain is now rewiring. You're now removing the old veil and removing the veil altogether, because now you're stepping into the bigger and better version of you. I know this is good, Nicholas. Is this good? That's why a lot of people may perceive boundary as being selfish, but it's not. Their leadership, their boundaries help you make decisions from wisdom instead of pressure. You get this? So have you ever agreed to something and immediately regret it? It didn't sit right with you? Type yes in the comments if you ever done that. You're entered in right now into the 30-day identity shift challenge. We're now in week two, and we're talking about disruption. We're talking about how the identity needs you to disrupt certain situations in order to start reaping the benefits and the harvest of this season. There's no way you're going to produce the right type of favor if you don't get rid of the old habits. If you don't position you heard the saying from our great ancestors. In in order to see something shift or change, you have to do completely the opposite. I don't care if you have to wake up in the morning and start brushing your teeth with your left hand. Start with that, because that's gonna your prefrontal cortex is gonna recognize that. Why is she brushing her teeth with the opposite of her normal hand? Because you're rewiring and you're recreating a new habit. And I promise you, it's going to shift the dynamic. It's going to start shifting your identity to start forming new ways of thinking and being. Number one, you're going to be someone that you thought could never existed. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The hidden relationship between boundaries and peace. It exists, but the question is, does it exist in your reality, truth seeker? Let's talk about peace, not temporary relief, not over counter um, ways of thinking that I need to go and then that's going to give you temporary solution. Real peace is one reason boundaries matter is because they protect your emotional energy. Many of you all don't know what life would look like if you started regulating your emotions. When you're in the boardroom, when you have to go into a team meeting or perhaps have a family meeting this Sunday, and you're just not sure how to regulate your emotions. Is this good? Are you catching what I'm putting out there? When you constantly overcommit yourself, your mind stays busy, your emotion stays busy, your schedule stays busy, and eventually you lose clarity and eventually you get off track because your identity shift only knows one thing. It knows to only align with who he is. But every moment you come in to disturb it, instead of being centered, instead of being centered and postured, because the father is always working, is what my younger sister always told me. He's always working. Ruth, come on, Kenyon. But when you honor your boundaries, something interesting happens. You create room for peace, Gabby. More room for focus. Yes. More room for joy. More room for creativity. In simple ways. You feel lighter, right? You think clearer. You walk into interviews with more confidence. You walk into the next committee gathering with more grace. You make better decisions, Betty. You feel more like yourself, and that's not an accident. Say, I am doing this on purpose. So your mind and body respond passively, and not only passively, it responds positively when your actions align with your values. Is this good? This is, I don't know about you guys, but this is amazingly good. Walk with me now to Proverbs 4:23. I'm going to break this. I'm going to let you chew this a little bit longer and we're going to close and wrap up. Proverbs 4:23. Walk with me there. And for they are life to those who find them and health to one's whole body. Let me get to the KJ. That was the NIV. Let me get to the KJV. Are you this is some good godly food. This is what's going to disrupt your old identity to shift to getting you in a centered. This is powerful. It says, keep my heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. Oh my gosh. Protect your peace, my friends. Protect your peace is biblical. Why not bring it into your natural? Why not bring it into your day to day practice? Because I don't know about you, but protecting my peace is part of my day to day. I have to, in real time, know how to keep it sustainable, keep it in rhythm nation, I like to call it. So I worked with a particular woman in leadership, right? Who felt completely exhausted. How many of you all feel exhausted right now? You woke up and you didn't even you had half a cup of coffee and you still feel exhausted. She was struggling. She wasn't struggling though because she lacked talent. She wasn't even struggling because she lacked intelligence either, because she had that. Like, I'm not stupid, Ruth. I think I'm coherent enough to know what's going on. She was struggling because she couldn't say no, Jeremy. She couldn't say no. Every request became her responsibility. I don't know about you guys, but just because you sign up for an opportunity, just because you sit in a C suite, doesn't make your decisions or your day to day tasks become something that's going to drain you. Every emergency became hers to manage. You don't have to take out every fire. Love and light. So eventually she burned out. She burned out. One, just like many of us that's right here in this live. She burned out. One day I asked her, why would I said, what would happen? I'm gonna ask you, let me ask you this too, because I asked her this. What would happen if you stop saying yes to everything? What would happen? Sit with that. What would happen if you stop saying yes? Child, she started laughing. She's like, then she cried. Many of us say that's just part of who I am. That's my reality. When your body is feeling tight, your shoulders are up against your ears. When she started crying because she realized she didn't know, she didn't know that she was saying a lot of yeses. For years, she had this confusion, trying to be available with being valuable, comparing that being available and being valuable are completely different. She confused being available, thinking that if I'm available to my team, I'm valuable. If I'm available nonstop, 24/7, that is not the case. That is a rude awakening to more likely getting your body to be in certain areas of life where it's feeling discomfort, it's feeling disease, Laya. And I'm telling you right now, we don't want that to happen to you. I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. So that's why she began setting boundaries. And I want you to know how to set boundaries. Something shifted for her. Let me tell you what shifted. She became a better leader in her workplace, not a worse one. Her team became stronger. They were more engaged. She was more present. She dissolved all the things that was not in her alignment or is in her sense. It just didn't resonate. Her confidence increased. And most importantly, her peace returned. How many of you all are seeking your peace to come back to you? Go ahead and light up with hearts. Your peace matters. I want you to know these are signs. I'm going to share with you signs you need better boundaries because you're walking and not recognizing, like, I have not set any restrictions when it comes to me and my life and protecting my peace. Number one, write this down. You feel responsible for everyone's emotions. You feel responsible for everyone's emotions. Number two, you feel guilty. You feel guilty when you rest. You take a nap in the middle of the day for lunch break or perhaps for your whatever break that you have in between. That 15 minutes, you feel guilty about taking that nap. That's wild. I love my naps, my afternoon nights. Oh my gosh. Signs you need better boundaries. This is what we're talking about. Number three, you constantly overcommit. Four, you rarely have time for yourself. Oh, I'll do it. I'll do it in the end of the year, or I'll catch up next year and really set some routines and some self-care, or perhaps maybe just go do a day two staycation somewhere. No, do it now. Prepare and start planning now. And finally, five, you feel drained after certain conversations. It's as if you relinquished your power and they done sucked you dry. You feel drained. These are often signs that boundaries, not discipline, are the real issue. You want to hear the truth? Here's the truth. Many people are asking God for more capacity when God is actually asking them to create more boundaries. That's it. That's the missing keynote. That's the missing puzzle right there. Think about that. Think about that. Maybe the answer isn't doing more. Okay. Maybe the answer is protecting more, protecting your time, protecting your heart, protecting your peace. You don't get your time back. So, because everything God gives you requires stewardship, including you, Donna. It requires that. I know it sounds heavy for a lot of people, but it's truly a lightweight. It's lightweight. I'm wrapping up. I'm going to wrap up because this is, I want you to go back and I want you to read Ecclesiastes from our Uncle King Solomon. Read the whole chapter of Ecclesiastes 3. I'm going to read out loud Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there's a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Not everything, thank you for the hearts, thank you for the love. Not everything deserves immediate access to you. Not everything. You got to set boundaries. Josh, you got to let people recognize that you care about yourself. Whether they don't recognize caring about themselves, you're going to make it awareness about, I'm going to think about my identity. I'm going to stand still and be still because I protect my peace. I protect my day. I even protect my proximity on who I allow in my environment. So the questions I want you to ask yourself here, ask yourself this question. What boundary do you struggle with most? Thank you for the hearts. Let's get it to 1,000. Why don't we? Let's disrupt this algorithm. This algorithm probably disturbs a lot of people, but we wanted to disturb even 10,000 more people to recognize that your identity matters. It matters. It matters, friend. So, what is one thing you've said yes to that you should have said no to? Mhm. And you know your kids are not. I don't care if it's summertime or whatever. You still set boundaries on stream time, on phone time. Even with you, set some boundaries. Actually journal before you go to rest. Think about the gratification of your day or what could you have done better. Where in your life do you need more peace? Where in your life do you need more peace? I feel you. Saying no, I hear somebody saying no is like putting a muzzle over your mouth, and that's not the appropriate time to put a muzzle in your over your mouth. Say no and say it even afraid because your body is just not familiar of you yet. Remember, recognize that I said yet. Your body is just not familiar. Your nervous system is just not familiar or accustomed to you saying no. But when you start getting in the habit of saying no, it starts to feel good. It goes from feeling unease to feeling like, man, I should have been started this. Do you think boundaries are difficult because of fear, guilt, or habit? Let me know. Miss Victor, do you feel like that? Boundaries is going to protect your body. It's going to protect your peace, your nervous system, your heart skipping a beat every millisecond. We're not operating that way. We want our body to feel ease at all times. Ever wonder when you come into a room like, why this person always filled with joy and happy and always bubbly? Every time I get around, I'll be like, is she must be fake. There is moderation. There is a rhythm in boundaries, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. Our assignment, because I want you to, because in order for you to sustain your boundaries, there is a rhythm. There is a science on how to appropriately set boundaries, and there's a holistic part of it as well. Boundaries are definitely amazing. Blessing is absolutely is. So the question you want to ask yourself on here's your assignment: boundary audit. I want you to audit: am I effectively setting boundary? Yes, but that's okay. I'm going to upload the replay. Catch it on the link in the bio. This is week 2 of our 30-day identity shift challenge, and week 1 was yummy. It's going to be mind blowing. In the next 72 hours, I declare a decree, you're going to start setting boundaries. Boundaries are going to be something that you thought you was already doing for the last 5 years. That's how simple it is, and you're going to do it with love and care for you first. For you first, because you matter. So boundary audit, you're going to self recognize, where am I? You say, where do I feel the most drained? This is your audit check. Many of us don't self check. Where do I feel the most drained? Check your schedule. Do I get up on time? Why do I feel drained when I get up in the morning? Do I drink enough water? Do I get enough rest? Write that down and sit with that question. And then the next question I want you to ask yourself, is this good? Put in the comments, this is good. Put good in the comments. But boundaries, that's a perception. When I hear somebody saying boundaries is being perceived as rules, boundaries is simply is protection. It's protecting your nervous system. It's protecting you're a living organism. You have nations, and I don't want to go too deep, but I'm going to go deep. Can we go deep? You are a living organism. Every piece of your body is listening and paying attention to how you operate, how you speak, how you handle tough decisions, how you navigate this life, how you even show up in classes, how you even show up in the boardroom. So boundary is protection. My boundary is protection. It's protection. When you don't feel good about boundaries, that means you just started, and it's okay. It's okay to feel uncomfortable, because the new version of you, the old version of you is just not used to it. But the new version of you, oh, tell me, she's a bad mamma jamma. You're gonna thank yourself later for applying boundaries in a way that now it fulfills you. The next question you want to ask yourself is, what am I saying yes to out of guilt? What am I saying yes to? And then feel guilty about it later. Like really? Be like, I appreciate the invite. Thank you so much for thinking of me. Can I put a rain check on that? Well, maybe another time. Better yet, just maybe another time. But thank you for thinking of me, though. Oh, I won't be able to stay late. I won't be able to stay another 30 minutes after work. I have other engagements. I'm not available. Make that be your mantra. I'm not available. I am not available. Are you catching this? I am not available. Let's get this to 2000 as we wrap up. The other question in your self audit, your boundary audit, that is, what am I afraid might happen if I set that boundary? What am I afraid of? Journal this honestly. Be upfront with yourself. What am I afraid might happen? That's the problem right there. You're thinking, because you don't know what you don't know. So you're like, well, I don't want to do that, because what if they react a certain way? So what? They have the right to react the way they react. You setting the boundary cannot control what the other person or team member or child may react. You're going to get a reaction. There is a cause and effect when setting strong boundaries, effective boundaries. Let's do this declaration. I want this declaration to be so solid when you say it out loud, and the words and the audio is going to go ahead and pierce your posture today, because it matters. Go ahead and do the homeworks from last week. If you have missed last week, binge watch. It's already uploaded on YouTube. Go ahead and check the link somewhere in the description or in the bio. Let me know you're ready. Say, I'm going to go ahead and go back. Catch the replay. Be notified Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. sharp. That's my goal, at least. That's my goal. So I want you to repeat after me as we wrap up. As we wrap up. Put I'm ready. Who's ready? Put number 1 in the comment that I'm listen. It only takes about 10 seconds. And say it out loud and go back and hit the replay and say it again. Say it about 10 times today. Because you're needing to disrupt whatever circumstance or whatever situation you're in. Setting boundaries is to heal the older version, is to heal that part of you, that part of your body that's been holding that grief, that pain, that resentment, that shame. We're going to dismiss that today. In the next 72 hours, you're going to be made whole. Let's go. Say this out loud and say it with conviction. I am allowed to protect my peace. I am allowed to say no. I am allowed to honor my needs. I release guilt. I release people pleasing. I choose wisdom over pressure. That's right. I choose alignment over obligation. I trust God to guide my decisions. Beautiful people, when you say that out loud to yourself, look yourself in the mirror, hit the replay and watch it. I'm telling you, it's going to, your subconscious, before you go to bed at night, it's going to say, she loves herself. She wants to protect her peace. Say less. So when you get up, you're going to put that ego to the side. Be like, man, I don't need to bow down on anybody. Listen, your boundaries carry weight. It does. And it's going to start corrupting your day-to-day old patterns. And it's going to bring in better fruit. You're going to know how to overflow. Your cup is going to start running over. Say, it's my cup running over season. No more is your cup half empty. Your cup is overflowing. Say, my cup is overflowing. My cup is overflowing in my business. My cup is overflowing in my career. My cup is overflowing in my relationship. My cup is overflowing with my sisterhood. My cup overflows. Thank you guys for sticking with me. This is day 8. I'm through. Tomorrow we're going to be discussing stop explaining yourself. Oh, it's going to be so powerful. You don't want to miss it. Get the notification bell. Hit it. Follow. When I tell you you're going to stop explaining yourself, you don't have to owe nobody an explanation. And trust me, that conversation is going to challenge many of you, even including me, because explaining ourselves often reveals something deeper. Like, why you over explain? Why you have to give somebody an explanation? And that's not pride. It's setting boundaries. It's shifting your identity. It's becoming a version of you that you are not even familiar with yet. But yet and behold, you're becoming. Say, it's my becoming season. I'm being who God already designed me to be. Now you're just activating her. I'm just activation. I'm in my activation season. So because explaining, we're going to go deeper, because over explaining is not going to be part of your who you are in this new identity shift. So until then, go back and do the assignment, do the audit, do the boundary audit, protect your peace. Protect your peace, friend. Honor your boundaries. And remember, you don't need more discipline. You need better boundaries. As we wrap up and close, remember that you're forever, forever guided by light. You're forever guided by light. I love you. And most importantly, the God in you loves you. Until next time, friends.